All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of my weekly stock picks. I am Brock. Please follow me on Twitter at Don'tFeedBear. I provide weekly updates and different commentary and things that I find in the market, and sometimes I post videos to teach you guys some stuff. So this is for the week of 12/14 to 12/18. We are getting closer and closer to end of the year, which this has been a very bad year in the outside world, but the stock market has been quite well. So, all right, right off the bat, we always take a look at the SPY chart. So, this week we had that one bad day where kind of we took a dive in the S&P 500, and a lot of stocks. We had a very red day on Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday kind of recovered. So we look like we're bouncing back up. It is dipping a little bit, but I think we hit that Santa rally right around here. So I think we get it to kind of dip up, not dip up, but kind of bounce back up, and we run all the way to about 380s, 390s. I think before we hit that wave four. I think we hit wave four going into 2021, or maybe just inside in the month of January. I mean, it could keep going all the way to 400. Let's see. Who knows? But so far, we're looking good. I would like this to hold. It can still go down a little bit more. I think that pullback on Wednesday was good. You know, some profit taking, bullish pullback. I think we're looking good. I'm still very bullish on this Santa rally, as it's called. Um, I think we get it. I think it's happening. I think it'll come in. So I'm not too concerned about the market as of now. We did just get the Pfizer was approved for FDA, so let's see how Monday looks. That was really big. Them approving that. There was, a small chance they could just say no, but it went through, so that's good. All right, let's look at my 10 shares slide. So the highest performing stock in the past 6 weeks is Spotify with 31.24% since I introduced it. It's great. It's been adding podcasts. Spotify's doing fantastic. Yeti has ran up like crazy. This has been a good one. I hope some of you guys got in. 19.48% since I introduced it. It's got a fantastic product line. It's growing into more than just outdoor and recreation. I know a lot of people that don't do outdoor stuff that are buying Yetis. It's becoming very popular and almost a household name at this point. I think Yeti is going to be very strong in the retail industry as we move forward. So this is a great pick. It should hit its price target in the next 2 weeks. So speaking of price targets, we've had 27 stocks go to price target or end the 6 week time frame with a profit. So with 27 stocks, you got $2,731. So that's only if you buy 10 shares at a time. I think this is looking really good. This past 2 weeks, we've had quite a few stocks hit their price target. It's been pretty nice run the past couple weeks. So let's hope it continues. All right, so let's jump into my stock picks of the week. And no surprise here, I've been pumping Salesforce and talking about it. I think this is going to be a good one. So let's just go over these four. So I got Salesforce, Restoration Hardware, Tractor Supply Co., and Apple. Okay. So as I've told you each week, as you watch these videos, I will explain the setup. I will explain the buy zones, the cut loss price target. They're all here for you. I put on the chart of what I'm seeing, and I go through and explain them next. So let me start with that. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into Salesforce. So Salesforce said they went ahead and had the acquisition of what did they buy? They bought Slack. So they bought Slack, and that's kind of where this happened right here. As you can see, there's a big dip. So as you can see, they had a big gap here that they have now filled. So by dropping down here, they filled this gap, so they're now able to run up. So for me, I see three different price tracks. Short term, so I think in the month of December, we could probably get to the 250s. I think January we can get to the 280s, and I think past January, I mean, sometime into February, we could probably get to 300s. So this stock looks, it's way too good of a stock to be down this low. I mean, so it was up at the 260s, it's down to the 220s. That's a $40 drop. That's over 20%. That's around 20%. That's huge. So this will not stay down here for long. I think this is a great buying opportunity, and I think it's going to run up to finish out the year and the start of next. So I'm big on Salesforce. I think it's doing fantastic. You've got a bit of declining volume here. It's looking good. Okay, next up, Restoration Hardware. So as you know, Home Depot, Lowe's, those type stores are doing really good. as we saw here early in September, we had a gapped up from earnings, and then it slowly came and filled that gap. So now that's filled the gap, it's now done the opposite, where it's had a bit of a small gap here. So I think we can get a small dip. It's also got a Elliott wave theory going on for a 5-wave. So I think maybe we consolidate a little bit, go down, maybe touch this 50-day EMA, and then we bounce back up to fill that gap and continue on to finish wave 3. So keep an eye on Restoration Hardware. It just finished off earnings where it dropped, so maybe we can see a recovery very soon here. So, all right, what was the next one? I believe it was Tractor Supply Co. So Tractor Supply Co has done really well. I know a lot of people that are building gyms or doing stuff with gyms go to this place because they sell some mats for really cheap. I know they've been very popular. They've been selling out a lot of stuff. So I think Tractor Supply Co is due for a big move here. Right now it's kind of been consolidating. It does have a gap to fill. So I think maybe it consolidates just a little bit more, and then we can kind of hit that fill that gap. But also if you look here, we kind of got a head and shoulders thing going on here with the right here the head and the two shoulders. So I think this takes off soon. So I think it's trying to go. So of all the stock picks, I think Tractor Supply Co looks pretty strong here. I mean, I'm seeing setups. It doesn't have the Elliott 5-wave, but it has a lot of other things going on that look good. So Tractor Supply Co is one I definitely will be in. I'm already in Salesforce. I'm already in Apple. And I'm going to get into Tractor Supply Co as soon as I see that dip. So keep an eye on this one. All right, Apple. So as I made a post about Apple. As you can see here, we've got kind of we got the ABC. Now we're going from 1, 2, and coming up on the 3. But it's also wedging into this little wedge pattern. It hit the top. It came down, and I think it's trying to push back up. So I think that will happen. I think we get a breakout soon. It looks, I mean, it's been going kind of sideways. If we get here, where's my square or rectangle? So it's been kind of in this little channel here for quite some time. It went down a little, went above a little, but it's been kind of in the same kind of area for a while in the 110, 120s, and it's ready to make a move. It's, if you look here, we got some, if I can get my, there we go. We got a long declining volume, so I think we're due for a move here. So keep an eye on Apple. I have high hopes for it. I think it's ready. I'm in it. Let's see how it does. Okay. All right, moving on to our earning plays. So for earnings, we've got FedEx, which everyone knows that FedEx has been doing fantastic. I think their earnings are going to be good. I think forward guidance is going to be incredible. With the approval of the Pfizer vaccine, we are now going to need to transport that stuff. So FedEx is going to be very popular. UPS will be very popular. So I think those two maybe get a nice little forward guidance boost for earnings. DARDEN, as a lot of you've heard, a lot of these unfortunately, small businesses are going out of business due to the shutdowns, and you can only have a certain amount of people in the restaurant. So I think DARDEN is a big chain. So I think they're going to do well. I think forward guidance is going to look strong. And then Nike, Nike will always be a good contender. I think they're cutting out the middleman, like I mentioned, their last earnings. And so now is a chance to kind of see how it's been going. And like I said, these three, I think, have a strong chance of beating earnings. And usually, these three do beat. So we'll see if it happens. Okay. Honorable mention. Let's start with Pfizer. They just got the FDA approval. Let's see what their chart looks like. As you can see here, they kind of had 3 down days in a row, 3 red days in a row, and so they've been running like crazy because their vaccine has been up for approval, and now that it's been approved, I could see Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, all those vaccine plays making a run on Monday. That's big. FDA approval, that means FDA said, yes, we will approve this stuff, we need to. So it is a little risky. It is high. It has grown. Look at this. It's been going up for quite some time. So let's just be careful here. This high risk, high reward. This section is all about that. So, but like I said, Pfizer I think has a good day Monday. So, all right. So for Quantumscape, so this one is a battery play for EVs. They look at this. I mean, the chart is incredible. They haven't been trading that long. They barely, have a 50-day EMA now because it took, I think they've been on for 100 days or so. But so far in the 60s, it's got a couple gaps, here, and it's shot up really fast. I think it comes down, but this is a great play for the future. But also, just like I can't believe that Dash and Airbnb IPO went crazy like that. Maybe people, catch on and this blasts off to over 100. So, like I said, high risk, high reward. I think this come down, but hey, in 2020, a lot of crazy stuff has happened in the stock market. So keep an eye on this guy. I think QS is a winner for long term. Long term. So I will be adding it to my long term portfolio eventually, but not at this price. Okay. So next up is Royal Caribbean. So as you can see here, we've got kind of a gap to fill. So that's concerning for it to go down. However, if that vaccine news, how will it affect a lot of these companies that have been affected hard by COVID? So if that's the case, and this just takes off, that's why high risk, high reward. You gotta, will it fill the gap or will it just take off first and then come down? So that's kind of what you have to weigh here. If I were you guys, I'd just keep an eye on this. If you feel comfortable, if you feel like this is gonna take off on Monday, maybe jump in the morning. I don't know. It's just it could go either way. This one's kind of really, really risky. So I'm personally gonna stay away from it, but I know some of you guys, enjoy that kind of risk. Uh, so I almost put this on as one of my stock picks because it has a 5 wave or it's starting to set up, but it's so early that I don't feel I have enough. The fundamentals I can't really read into too much because it hasn't been on the market that long. But it does have a 5 wave. It is setting up to go on, just starting wave three, and it's just it's a little bit under the 50 EMA, which I don't like, but it's starting to push above it. Like it pushed above it, on that Wednesday. So I don't know. This one, that's why I didn't want to do it because I don't want to give you guys. If I put on a stop pick, I feel very confident that it will either be profitable within the 6 weeks or it will hit its price target. And I don't. This one, I'm really not sure. High risk, high reward. If you want to throw in, it's a $20 stock. If you want to throw in a bunch of money at it and it takes off, hey, that's a nice payday. But if you do that and it dips more, I mean, its lowest is $17. So keep that in mind. It could always go lower. So. We'll see how this one does, but so far it has the setup for Elliott wave theory. I just don't like that it's below the 50 EMA, but let's keep an eye on it. All right, and those are my picks for the week. Honorable mention: high risk, high reward. If you feel like you want to gamble and you feel like these have a chance, go for it. The payout will be fantastic, but it's very risky. Earning plays, as we always know, earnings, just because you beat earnings does not mean the stock will go up. I try and give you stocks that should beat and I feel have a good chance of going up. They don't always, but let's see what happens here. And then my stock picks of the week are stocks that I feel are ready within the next couple weeks will take off. So as I said, we got Salesforce, tech, restoration hardware, home improvement type stuff, Trax, Flyco, retail, and we got tech again with Apple. So pretty good week. Let's keep an eye on things. Last week, that midweek kind of dump was, it was needed. We've been running hot on tech and new all-time highs in the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq for a while. So it was needed. It's okay. It's nothing to be concerned about. I don't see anything that signals a crash. So, let's go in there this week. Hope to have a good week. And if you guys have questions, message me, leave comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, everybody, have a great week, and I'll see you in the market Monday morning. Okay, bye.